You're hiking through a Texas forest when you hear it, a guttural snort, rustling in the brush. Then you see them, a pack of wild boars, tusks gleaming, watching you with coal black eyes. Your heart stops, because these aren't just any animals. They're ecological terrorists, and they've declared war on America. Right now, as you watch this video, over 6 million wild boars are tearing through American soil. They're in 39 states. They cause $2.5 billion in damage every year. And their numbers? Doubling every 5 years. This is the story of how an invasive species became America's most destructive mammal, and why scientists say we may never win this war. The year is 1539. Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto steps onto Florida shores with 13 ships, 600 men, and something that will haunt America for centuries: domesticated pigs. These weren't just food. They were walking time bombs. Within months, some escaped. And here's where it gets terrifying. Pigs are survival machines. They can eat literally anything: roots, crops, snakes, even newborn deer. They adapt to any climate, from frozen Minnesota to scorching Texas. And they breed like nothing else on Earth. A single female boar can have 2 litters per year, 6 piglets each time. Those piglets sexually mature in 6 months. Do the math. One boar can turn into 1,000 in just 3 years. But the real invasion came later. In the 1900s, wealthy landowners imported European wild boars for sport hunting. Massive, aggressive, razor-tusked beasts from Germany and Russia. And then came the worst decision in American wildlife history. Ranchers started breeding domestic pigs with these European monsters. The result? A hybrid super pig. Smarter than European boars, more aggressive than domestic pigs, and perfectly adapted to dominate North America. Let me tell you what you're dealing with. An adult male boar weighs up to 400 pounds of pure muscle and rage. Those tusks, they never stop growing. 4 razor-sharp sabers that can grow up to 9 inches long, curved like scimitars, capable of gutting a full-grown human in seconds. Their jaws can crush bone. They can run 30 miles per hour through dense forest. And that snout, it's not cute. It's a biological excavator that can flip a 200-pound boulder and dig 3 feet deep searching for food. But here's what makes them truly terrifying: their intelligence. Wild boars have cognitive abilities comparable to dogs. They learn from experience. They avoid traps after seeing one once. They post sentries when feeding. And they remember grudges. Texas wildlife officer John Mayer spent 30 years tracking them. He told me something chilling. I've seen boars recognize specific vehicles. They know the difference between a hunter and a farmer. They're always watching, always learning. And their senses? A boar can smell food buried 3 feet underground from a mile away. They can hear a footstep from 300 yards. Try sneaking up on that. Now let's talk about what they're actually doing to America. And I'm warning you, this gets dark. Every single night, wild boars destroy $30 million worth of crops. They don't just eat corn or wheat, they obliterate entire fields. A sounder of 20 boars can destroy 10 acres of farmland in one night. They root up the soil so violently that nothing can grow there for years. But crops are just the beginning. These animals are ecological apocalypse machines. They've driven ground-nesting birds to near extinction in some areas. They devoured turkey and quail eggs by the thousands. They kill newborn deer, rabbits, even alligator eggs. In the Great Smoky Mountains, they've destroyed rare wildflowers found nowhere else on Earth. In Texas, they've contaminated water supplies with E. coli and parasites. In Florida, they're digging up sea turtle nests on beaches. And then there's the terror they bring to humans. Over 100 people are attacked by wild boars in America every year. In 2019, a woman in Texas was killed outside her home, dragged down and mauled by a pack of boars. In 2022, a Louisiana man barely survived after a boar slashed his femoral artery. Ask any rural resident in Texas, Oklahoma, or Arkansas. They'll tell you, these aren't just pests. They're monsters that own the night. Here's the nightmare scenario. America kills 750,000 wild boars every year. Hunters, trappers, government sharpshooters in helicopters. We're throwing everything at them, and we're still losing. Why? Because of that insane reproduction rate. To just maintain current population levels, we'd need to kill 70% of all wild boars every single year. We're not even close, and they're getting smarter. Boars that survive hunting pressure become trap-shy, nocturnal, and hypervigilant. They're essentially evolving in real time to avoid us. Climate change is making it worse. Warmer winters mean higher survival rates. Piglets that used to freeze in January now survive to breed. And they're expanding north. Boars have been spotted in Montana, North Dakota, even Canada. Scientists call them ecological engineers, but that's too polite. They're ecological terrorists, reshaping entire ecosystems to suit themselves. And every solution we try fails. So, what happens next? Let's look at the projections. By 2030, scientists estimate wild boar populations could hit 9 million. By 2040, they could be in all 50 states, including Alaska. The economic damage? Expected to reach $6 billion annually. Some states are trying desperate measures. Texas has made it legal to hunt boars from hot air balloons. Louisiana is using Judas pigs, radio-collared boars that lead hunters to entire sounders. Some researchers are even developing birth control darts. But here's the hard truth. We may never eradicate them. They're too smart, too adaptable, too numerous. This isn't like eliminating wolves or bison, animals that breed slowly and need specific habitats. Boars are generalist survivors that breed like rabbits and eat literally anything. So the next time you're in rural America and you see churned earth, torn up fields, and destruction that looks almost intentional, now you know what did it. Not a natural disaster, not a human, but an invasive species that we brought here, that we created, and that we can't stop. 6 million wild boars, 39 states, one unstoppable invasion. This is America's forgotten war, and the boars are winning. If this video opened your eyes to this crisis, smash that like button and subscribe for more wildlife content that reveals the truth about nature's most dangerous animals. Drop a comment if you've ever encountered wild boars. I want to hear your stories. Because this nightmare, it's only getting started.